I'm finally done reviewing that episode, so now it's time to review Destiny. Developed by Bungie and released by Activision in 2014, this game has gone to win several awards and... Wait, what do you mean I'm talking about the wrong thing? Oh, there's a RWBY episode named Destiny. Ha ha ha. Silly me. This episode starts out, and we're finally getting a resolution to the whole Yang situation. Now, I'm sure since these are, of course, the title characters, they have plot armor that makes it so that they're going to win all the time, right?
You're disqualified.
Okay, never mind then.
What I believe, and hope this to be, is nothing more than the result of stress and adrenaline.
Or, or, an illusion-based semblance. Don't tell me that hasn't happened before, right? I mean, there's like 2 people in this entire show that can do that. I find it unlikely that nobody else can. Shouldn't there be like some semblance registry somewhere that people will be able to keep track of these things, even? I feel like this should be a precaution that they need to take to make sure the world doesn't end. But hey, at least Yang still has her team to stand by her, although there are some doubts.
Blake?
Why is her response taking so long?
I want to believe you. Blake?
Oh, don't mind that noise. That's just the Bumblebee shippers raging war on the writing staff. Hey guys, can you keep it down in there? I can hear you over in California. But Blake does have a good reason to be skeptical, since her organization that she was born into kind of went through this exact same thing, and that ended horribly for everyone involved.
He told me not.
But hey, at least it's easier to get her trust back.
I saw him attack me, so I attacked back. Okay. Thank you.
That was easy.
Yang decides to rest for a bit, but her friends let her know that they've got her back.
If there's anything we can do, please don't hesitate to ask.
I know I look totally bored at this situation, but please, I want you to know that I'm totally care about your problems. Friend, show a little respect for the lady. I am Nora. I totally care about Yang Patrick.
Alright then, if that's the case, Pyrrha? You be sure to win one for Beacon, okay? It's what Yang would want.
Sorry, but I think I've had enough fighting for 1 year.
Ditto. Coffee?
Tea.
Oh, it's that one thing from that one commentary where they specifically said that they decided early on that apparently Weiss likes coffee and Blake likes tea, and that's a difference that they specifically mentioned that they have, and that's really cool, and I don't want to go with that, don't I? You know, guys, these past couple episodes have been kind of a downer so far. We need something to lighten the mood.
You heard the lady! No more moping around!
Well, I'm a guy, but thanks for that, Nora. Yes, in the middle of all this drama, tension, and dramatic tension, we have this little bit with Nora Valkyrie and Lai Ren that gives us a little break and reminds us that this is still the RWBY that we know and love. Also showing Ren's personality off a bit more by giving him the more lines than he's ever had in the show to date, with a great performance from Nethome that finally got me used to the voice actor change.
Ugh, that looks like slime from a lake bed.
Algae contains numerous spectacular properties.
Well, yes, Ren, in general, that's pretty true, but it really depends on the type of algae that you're referring to. You see, true algae is a rather harmless plant that can be found in seaweed and kelp, but if it is truly slime from a lake bed, as he implied, it's much more likely that these are actually cyanobacteria. Now, cyanobacteria produce cyanotoxins, which, if ingested, can create several horrible side effects, such as abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea, an inflamed and bleeding liver, pneumonia or kidney damage, and it might even promote tumor growth. Or, you know, just plain death. That might happen too. And, based on Nora's pretty much immediate reaction to the consumption of this beverage, I believe that it's much more likely that this drink is a bunch of cyanobacteria. Isn't science wonderful, folks? Unfortunately, the time for comic relief is over, because now it's time for Goldilocks and the 5 Stages of Grief.
Hey there, Firecracker.
Also, the wise old man who's ironically named after the Scarecrow is also here too. What does he have in common with the Scarecrow anyway?
So, why'd you do it?
You know why.
All I know is that you attacked a helpless kid. So either you're lying, or you're crazy.
I'm not lying.
Crazy. Got it.
I knew a sane person couldn't think your puns are funny.
I saw my mom. I was in a lot of trouble. Took a pretty hard hit. But when I came to, the person attacking me was gone. And I thought I saw her.
I also saw the same person in some weird scene that we slapped onto the end of Volume 2. Was that a dream sequence? I don't even know!
That was your mom, all right. Let me guess. She didn't say a word, did she?
How did you know that?
Oh, she posted about it on Twitter.
She found me. Had a tip from my most recent assignment, and wanted me to give you a message.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I was trying to wait for the right time.
Apparently the right time was not when you had decided to make it your life goal to search for her.
She wanted me to tell you that she saved you once, but you shouldn't expect that kindness again.
She's also made that clear on Twitter several times. You know, you're probably better off without your mom. She's kind of a jerk, and she spends way too much time on Twitter. And so Crow tells Yang that she should probably move on from this whole tournament fiasco, and that he also kind of knows where Raven might be. Oh, I get it. So, while this tournament is going on, Yang is going to have the rest of Team RWBY help her go search for her mom, which has only been really touched upon in a couple of episodes, and then the tournament is just going to go on without any horrible incidents happening. That is what's going to happen, right? And now back to the other internal emotional struggle that's going on at the exact same time, with Pyrrha's struggles on whether or not she should become the Fall Maiden. Subtle imagery, guys.
Right. Thank you, Jean.
Come on, men! Let's go back to the fairgrounds!
This scene has no room for us comic reliefs.
You were the first person to ever believe in me. You know that? Even when I told my parents I was going to Beacon, they told me not to worry if I ended up having to move back home. How depressing is that?
Less depressing than confusing, considering that if they were so confident that you were going to fail at going to Beacon, that they must have known that you were clearly not ready to go to Beacon, which means that they clearly must have known that you clearly couldn't have passed any kind of exam that you would have needed to get into Beacon, which means that they must have known about the fake transcripts, which must have meant that... Huh?
I'm sure they didn't mean...
The Arcos shippers scream in joy.
I guess I'm just trying to say that you've always been there for me, even when I didn't deserve it. And I can tell there's something on your mind, so I don't know. How can I help?
You're already doing it.
I won't lie. I'm squealing along with them internally.
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
Do you believe in destiny?
So basically, in this scene, Pyrrha is trying to get
I don't
Jean's
know.
advice on the
I
Fall
guess it
Maiden
depends on how you
situation,
view it.
while also being cryptic
When
about
I
what she
think of
actually is
destiny,
asking. She does
I don't
this by
think of
asking
a
for his
predetermined
thoughts
fate you
on
can't
destiny,
escape,
while bringing up
but
some
rather
really interesting
some
philosophical
sort of
questions
final
that I
goal.
definitely did not
Something
expect
you
what
work
this
towards
show would
your
be asking
entire
me when I
life.
went into it.
Okay.
But it's definitely
Yeah, I
done
can see
really
that, sure.
well. And you can definitely feel her emotional turmoil that
What
Pyrrha
would
is
you
going
do
through
if
while she
something
says
came
these
along
lines.
that you never... Or what if you could suddenly fulfill your destiny in an instant, but at the cost of who you were?
Well, that depends. What did they do in Wayne's World?
But I don't know if I can do it.
Of course you can. The Pyrenicos I know would never back down from a challenge. And if you really believe it's your destiny to save the world, you can't let anything stand in your way.
Well, that's exactly it, John. The Pyrenicos you knew. She's afraid that if she goes through with this, then she won't be the Pyrenicos that you know anymore. But hey, I'm sure that with how this show has gone with its problems so far, everything will be worked out pretty well.
Stop! John! I'm sorry.
Pyrrha, wait! What did I say?
Well, that happened. Well, that wasn't quite what I expected, but let's see what happens next. Don't look, fellas, being adorable. Let's pay attention to that more. Let's be distracted by that.
Hi, Velvet. What are you up to?
Oh, you know, just working on my photography. Do you want to see?
That's better.
That's adorable. Nothing bad ever happened. Wait, back up for a second. The box. The box that Velvet keeps her weapon in. The box that nobody knows the true contents of. The box that has been teased since Volume 2 pre-production. Anything could be in there. It could be a gun sword. It could be a giant mech suit. It could be a giant robotic Donkey Kong Jesus riding a puff of smoke. It could be!
I think it's just awful what people are saying about her. Getting such a...
It's a camera? All hail the great and powerful camera!
I mean, even experienced fighters can get scared and start seeing things. If it happened to Coco, it can happen to anyone.
Coco?
Yeah. She swore she saw Yatsu with her in the forest during the fight with Emerald and Mercury, but he never even made it out of the Geisa fields. Stress-induced hallucinations, apparently.
Yeah.
And so RWBY goes off to see the next fight in the tournament, but notices something. Or someone, really.
Emerald's here?
A couple things. First of all, how can you tell if that is Emerald from this distance? I have seen Where's Waldo games less complicated. Second, Emerald, what are you doing here? I mean, I know you're here to sabotage the tournament, but you could be more hidden while you do that. Don't you think people will get suspicious if they see you? Hey, didn't your teammate break his leg? Shouldn't you be with him? Well, yeah, but this place's burritos are way better than hospital food. Of course, RWBY is completely suspicious of this incompetence, so she decides to investigate in the repair room for some reason, where she finds a not broken-legged Mercury.
What are you doing?
Well, Little Red, obviously That's a good question, actually. It's not like I actually knew you would be here. I'm just standing here menacingly for no reason.
It looks like our first contender is Penny Polendina from Atlas, and her opponent will be Pyrrha Nico from Beacon.
Oh, hey, Pyrrha versus Penny. That seems like it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty much the two strongest child huntsmen in the entire show. So, you know, that's going to be pretty cool. I wonder how this is gonna turn on. Wait a minute.
Ooh, polarity versus metal. That could be bad.
Uh-oh. I mean, I know you're here to sacrifice the tournament. No, not sacrifice it. Well, yes, kind of sacrifice it. I mess up this line.